guys? In this video, I'm going to discuss how I quit opiates. So in some of my earlier videos, I believe I mentioned something about hiking for sobriety in 2020 or hiking to quit opiates in 2020. So I want to give you all the backstory here. There's three main components, I believe, to my journey quitting opiates. The first was the methadone clinic. It took me a while to decide to finally go to the methadone clinic, because you hear about people starting and never stopping. You know, they're old men, old women still going to the methadone clinic, and they've been doing it all their lives. But when my opiate addiction got unmanageable, I didn't know what else to do. I tried the Suboxone. Suboxone didn't work for me. And I doubt I'm like a medical anomaly. I don't think it works for most opiate addicts. I see a lot of old friends say that they're sober, that they're using Suboxone, but they don't look sober. They don't act sober. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they are faithfully taking their Suboxone and it just makes them that crazy too. But for me, I had to find something else, and methadone was the answer. It gave me energy throughout the day, where Suboxone didn't do that. It let me sleep at night with no problems. That was an issue I had with Suboxone. Most of all, it made me feel like I wanted to get up and go to work. It made me feel like I could have goals and accomplish them again. Made me feel somewhat, it reminded me what it was like to not be dependent on something like opiates. Even though I was still dependent on that opiate, it was legal and it was affordable. So it was a big game changer. And it's like a 72-hour half-life, so emotionally it's like an arc throughout the day, whereas doing drugs or other shorter lasting opiates is like, I'm high, I'm not high, I'm high, I'm not high. So I feel like that was a really big crucial part in just getting my mind right and preparing me to even think I could do something like the Appalachian Trail. Now, about 3 or 4 months before I got on trail, I came across some really good LSD that really helped push me in the right direction. It made me feel like I could do anything if I put my mind to it, and it really gave me this strong drive to completely kick opiates out of my life. So I bought a lot of it and stockpiled it like addicts do, and that's when I really started to take the Appalachian Trail serious. I was tapering off my methadone 2 milligrams a week because that's what the counselors recommend. I eventually started going a little bit faster when I was sure about the Appalachian Trail. But I really believe that the LSD helped keep me on track. And then when I got on trail, February 28th, 2020, I got on trail with 2 ounces of weed and 50 hits of LSD. And every week or every 2 weeks, not less than a week, but not more than 2 weeks, I would take a really big dose. Big dose for me being like 4 or 5 hits. And like I said, this was some of the best LSD I've had in my life, and I've done a good bit. So one little hit, 1 square of paper was enough. If you hadn't been taking it lately, that was enough to get you clearly through the threshold of tripping. So 4 or 5, like I said, it was a really big dose for me, and it allowed for like a afterglow to stick around for 4 or 5 days after I would trip, and it would just stay there making me feel good and like I could accomplish my goals. And the final pillar to this sobriety concoction was the Appalachian Trail. All the exercise and the trials and tribulations. Also, I knew if I decided to score in town, there was a good chance that I'd end up spending the rest of my life being another homeless drug addict in that town. Just being so far away from home, around nothing familiar, was a big aspect of what scared me out of relapsing on the hike. But yeah, I feel like these were the 3 main things that helped me. The Appalachian Trail is adventure therapy. People might not refer to it that way, but it certainly can be adventure therapy. Before I got on the Appalachian Trail, I'd heard very little about adventure therapy, but one of the guys I hiked with, Empty Space, he was real big on it. That was like his degree program or something in school. And I started to realize that this is what traditional rehabilitation is missing. The adventure, the exercise, the connection, camaraderie, all that comes with a big adventure. So if you're somebody that's tried traditional rehab and it hasn't worked, I would really recommend those 3 things. Methadone clinic, especially for opiate addicts. That's probably more just for opiate addicts, but really consider it if it's something that you've been putting off, or you've heard some bad stereotypes about it and you didn't want to try it. Think about it again, okay? Because it really helped me. And psychedelics, I realize they're not legal. I don't want to give anyone bad advice here, but I would say to do some research. Look at the internet. I'm not like some crazy hippie that's advocating to trip for sobriety. It's a big thing that is being talked about all over the internet right now. So those 3 things are what helped me, and I believe it can help you too. If you're someone that's struggling with addiction, then I invite you to subscribe to this channel and follow me for my through hike in 2024. This go round, I plan on cutting THC out of my life, as well as nicotine. I realize this isn't quite as serious as opiates, but I'm still going to take it as serious as I can. I'm looking at it like this is the rest of my life. I'm ready to be productive. I'm ready to get a house built. I'm ready to move to that next step in my life, and I'm ready to cut the things out that are holding me back. So I hope you guys will follow along. Y'all have a good one.